Well, we met each other in a bar at a pool tournament, and I guess his was love at first sight. I was sort of kind of stupid, and but we quickly fell in love, and was together for 3 years, and got pregnant with our son Cody. And his grandmother and my father, which is a preacher, wanted us to get married. Had been on us to get married for a long time, and so we did. We got married. Everybody said we wouldn't make it a year. There was lots of people taking bets, I believe. And but we've had a long journey. It's been a rough journey. It's been a good journey, but a rough journey. So,
as we have grown a little older together, Christ has shown me just how important He is in my life. Through many trials and tribulations, the worst, of course, being the death of our son, I thought we were going to grow apart and maybe even split. People had told us that really drives people apart, and I felt Christ laying His hands on me, bringing us closer together. And throughout these past 6 years, I feel like we're closer now than we ever were during the previous 28 years that we've been together. I feel like the way things are going now, the next 25 can only get better. Christ is stronger in my life right now than He's ever been. I feel it. I just feel it in my heart. He's just laid His hands on me, and He's leading me, and He's taking care of me, and He's going to continue to take care of me.
Whenever Cody died, we sat down together just right after it happened, and one of the things that we promised each, I think this is when I really realized that we were married for the right reasons. I know that sounds crazy after being married as long as we were, but we sat down and we said, we're not going to let this break our family up. We're going to hold fast. We're going to pray, and we're going to make sure that we hold our family together, because most couples do in a situation like that. A lot of people do split up, but and there was times that was rough afterwards. That I was angry, he was angry, Addie was angry, and but you know, it's God can do miracles. God can work miracles even in the worst situations, and the miracle He worked was putting it on our hearts to keep our family together, because we love our family.
She's always there for me. It doesn't matter how bad things get, how down I get. Losing this job that I've had for 16 years was a big depressing thing to me. She stuck right by me. Anything I've decided I want to try to do, she's all for it. She's just my partner, man. I just can't explain it any other way. She's just there.
He's my rock. He's always there when I need him. I feel like I work at a nursing home, everybody knows that. And I see all these little couples that come in, and the husbands are just doting over their wives. And I feel like that's what Rick's going to be like when I'm old and in the nursing home. He's going to come in there and dote all over me, make sure that I'm okay and everybody's taking care of me. And
the next few years.
And marriage is hard. It is not easy.
It's a lot of give and take. Right. I was always, everything was me, and I've learned it ain't about me. It's more her, and the kids. And there's a lot of give and take.
And the little quirks that we each have, you have to learn to live with those. And some days you look at it and think, why? I mean, you do, you think it. But then you look back and you realize that I know why. Whenever you get ready to say these vows, make sure that you mean it from the bottom of your heart, and think, am I ready to spend the next 50 years with this person? Because that's basically what you're doing.
And pray about it.
And
I think you need to pray about it hard before you come to that decision, because not having God in your life is a big part that you're going to miss out on.
And know that it's not going to all be peaches and cream. that you're going to have some big fights, you're going to have some little fights, you're going to get on each other's nerves, you're going to yell and scream and throw things and whatever.
Anybody that's married that tells you that they don't fight is telling you a big fat lie.
You know, I mean, that's the way it is, but you don't give up because of that.
That's right. You got to be willing to give.
Right. You got to love each other enough to get beyond that. You see, I've seen people that's been married 65, 70 years, and I think, wow, you know, and I've just been married 25. That's nothing compared to what, but they really, truly love each other. It's not about the kids anymore. It's not about the grandkids. It's not about the house. It's not about what you got, how much you got. It's that you got each other.
That's right.
And that's what it's about. You have each other.
Wouldn't take $1 million for the last 25 years, and praise God, this next 25 is going to be even better. I love you. Well, for me, and I can't remember exactly what year, but I was a little fella, probably 8 or 9 years old, and the woman that lived across the street had a good news club, Mrs. Dick, and I really fell in love with the woman, and she led me towards Christ and got baptized. I don't think I really understood what a commitment it was to the Lord. I got away from church as I grew older, like I said earlier. Now I'm coming back stronger than ever before. I feel like God has just taken over my life, and I understand now what a commitment it is to rededicate my life, because I am truly rededicating it to Him to do any and everything that He asks me, that He asks of me. People say that, a lot of people say God spoke to me. Well, God's never actually come out and talked to me, but I know if He keeps nudging that I'm going to take the hint, and I'm going to go where He leads me. I'm going to do what He wants me to do. I'm just going to recommit my life totally.
For me, I tell people I was born on the altar. My dad's a Pentecostal minister, and I grew up in church, was saved at a very, very young age. Straight away, when I started hitting my teens, got into the drinking and drugs and all that problem, and you know, and then the day I found out that I was pregnant with my son, I sat down and I told myself it's time to grow up. And one of the things that I decided at that point, and I told Rick, I was brought up in church, he was brought up in church, we're going to bring our child up in church. That's just what we're going to do. And so we started going back to church, and I started going back to church for Cody more than anything. That's why, so he could have that experience. And little did I know that it really wasn't for Cody, it was for me. I rededicated my life to the Lord. And He is the true love of my life. For every day. He's above everything in my life. He's above Rick, He's above Addie, He's above everything.
And that's something I didn't realize till just here recently. I always thought that your wife come first and then your kids, but I realize now that that's not the way it is. God comes first. Everything else is second to God. And this church has been such a big help leading us in the right way to go. I just can't put that into words enough. This church has really been a blessing.
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
As for me and my family, Christ is the head of this household.